What's up, everybody? This is Thomas from DCIV, and today we have a special vlog. One, we're gonna go to Poland, so we're gonna get some sick images. But two, also I'm gonna show the gear I'm gonna take with me. Why? First of all, I'm just showing my fleet at the moment now. But also second is, what do you actually need to get into FPV? If you're a watcher and you have no idea what FPV is or what you actually need for FPV, this is also a good video to watch. And I can show off my stuff a little bit. And I'm gonna bring all this stuff with me because I wanna be on myself and self-reliable, because when I'm gonna go outside the country, I cannot rely on any mail order, or I can actually, but I don't want to be reliant on anyone. So I bring all my gear with me. Okay, just to start, maybe I'll make a separate video also about what your basic needs for your FPV, or chop this video in half. I'll see how it goes. But to start off, what do you need to FPV? First of all, you need to have some knowledge. You need to have knowledge about if you want to man a drone. Most of the times you're gonna need to have a certificate. At least some, for example, in Europe, you have the EU drone license. You gotta have this to fly anywhere in Europe. Same goes for America. You have certain rules. And why it's good to get those certificates, because you're then also aware of the rules you are probably breaking if you don't know what you're doing. To begin with, you need to know the rules. Second with, okay, you need a drone. But besides the drone, because a lot of people think like, okay, drone, that is what you need, but there goes a lot more basic needs. Of course, you need goggles. I have Ichin normal goggles, and I have an extra DVR because you want to record. I want to record my images as well. I have different headsets coming up, but for now, for basic, you need a basic headset. They will cost anywhere between 50 and 500 euros, depending on analog or HD or whatever. So you need to have goggles first. Second thing, what you also need is very important for FPV, of course, is your controller. I have a FlySky controller, very nice. This was my beginning controller. It's very reliable, but I wanted to have something extra as well. A controller like this will be like around 50, 70 euros. But if you step it up a notch, get the TBS Tango 2. This will cost you, I think, over 200 euros, but this is a very nice controller. But basically, it even can render DJI drones. It leaves it behind 15 kilometers up to 24. If I'm gonna go to long range FPV, I'm definitely gonna be needing this one. And anyway, it's a very nice controller. What's next? So you need controllers, you need your drone, of course. I'm gonna just pick up the first drone. For a drone, obviously a drone is made of several components. You need to have the need to have the rotors, you need to have the machines. But the basic inside of a drone has three compartments. You have the flight computer. This basically is where you connect it on, and this decides all the movement for your drone. The second one is your ESC. This is basically your power board. This will distribute the power to your engines. And you have the VTX, the video transmitter. These three parts basically make up the drone, and attached to it is a FPV camera. And externally, you want to put up a camera. So that's also a thing what you're going to need, and a lot of people underestimate, is an action cam. And you have them from like 100 euros up to like 800 euros, but all about like how much can you spend. But you also have to realize they are going to break someday. So you can buy the most expensive action cam, but is it handy? Second thing what comes with buying an action cam is you need ND filters. Why is this? Because you want to keep your shutter speed same, double the rate of your frame rate, and that's it. Leave it at that. So if you're shooting at 30 frames, you need to have a shutter speed of 60 and leave it at that. Personally, I shoot at 24 or at 60 or at 100, but all depending on the situation, if I want to slow it down or not. But I want to have the shutter speed remaining the same. And most situations when there's a lot of light, you're going to be fact. So you need ND filters to basically have sunglasses on your filming. With your FPV camera, it adjusts automatically when it gets a lot of exposure, when it's like overexposed. And that's fine because that is what you see. But if you want to record for what you're flying, then obviously you don't want to have that transitions. And wrong shutter speed also get weird yellow images and skipping and whatever. So you need an action cam. Are we there yet? No, by far not. Because that is like basically the basics to get flying. When you buy a kit, and there's few types of kits you can buy. Bind and flight, the BNFs, that's basically only the quad, and you still have to bind it to fly it. And you have a ready to fly RTF, and that's basically the full set, and it is usually with goggles. Or the really starter packs or the really expensive packs have this. I recommend buy what you think is necessary. Buy them apart is not necessarily cheaper or more expensive, but what I do must say is if you buy something cheap, you probably gonna end up buying it more expensive. So if you have it and if you can spare it, rather go for something more expensive instead of buying it twice. If you're getting into this hobby, you have to be willing to spend money, or else you're gonna be really scraping your bucks. You gotta have some starting budget, and a starting budget will vary from, I would say, basic budget is at least 500 euros to get started. If you don't have 500 euros, you're not gonna get started, and that's besides the maintenance and upgrading and whatever not. Are we there yet? No, not yet, because you need to maintain your drone. You need to, first of all, you need to learn how to solder, but you need to have a solder kit yourself. I got it now boxed up because for the trip. I'm gonna show you, here's my solder kit. Also have my battery charger. So packs, that's the next part you're gonna need. You need to accurately charge your packs with a balance cable. Some more tools in here, but what you need for basic soldering, there's many videos out there, so I'm not gonna show you what is necessary for soldering besides telling you to look on YouTube how to solder, and there's many people with advice, and follow that advice. Use your wick, use your flux, clean up your soldering, do it properly. Do it properly will definitely get you better soldering, but also better flying. Just take your time and effort to actually learn it. What else you need? I need gloves because it's fucking cold outside. Unless you're living at a very warm nature, I would say go for it. But you need gloves. Also, it's not required, but in a grassy field where I start to practice, because if you crash, then basically the earth is a little bit of a bounce ball for you. Taking off on a very grassy plate is going to be very unhandy, so using a landing plate is very handy, but also landing it to keep your quad clean. I usually make it very dirty, and you would say, okay, dirty, but I don't see it. That's one other thing. I use isopropanol to spray basically my drones to wash them, but to not damage the circuit boards or whatsoever. But it gives it thorough clean. Wipe it off, dry it off, and they really keep. For example, for the rotors, I really keep them clean because mud get in if it got plowed into the earth. And yeah, keeping it clean, isopropanol, 99% pure. Are we there yet? No. Like I already said, you need packs. Batteries. Battery packs, lipos. First of all, you need to know how to handle the lipos. They're in a charge. They're not for nothing in a flammable protection bag, because they can self-combust if you don't handle them right. So have a little bit knowledge of your lipos. And then second off, they're not cheap. The 4S are quite okay. 4Ss, they are not that expensive, but if you move up to 6S, it definitely will hit your wallet a little bit more than the 4S. Are we there yet? No. Let's grab a few tools, because having these tools is not a necessity, but having these is definitely gonna make your flight like smoother and more nice if you bump into problems. Because the saying that flying every 20 minutes flying is 2 hours on the bench, and that's, I thought like, man, not me. Yeah, yes, me as well. But I do also realize that with the precaution, and if I take my time, I'll fuck up less for sure. I got a harness to basically click my controllers on, so when I need my hands, I can just let go and it will hang here. It's very nice. Are we there yet? No. Got some backup batteries for my headset if it runs empty. What else do we need? I got a little tripod for my DVR, and I can click my GoPro in here. Or I have a DJI Action. Why do I have actually DJI Action, not the GoPro? First of all, it was cheaper, but quality-wise, it actually has pretty high quality, and it can. This is basically came out when the GoPro 7 was like relevant. I think even 6, but it can keep up to 8. Maybe not necessarily in quality, but in overall like stableness and waterproof, like usability, and they are like 200-300 euros, so they're quite cheap. But there's for sure there's cheaper solutions, but I use them also for recording. The tripod. Are we there yet? No. You need replacements. You're gonna burn off props, and it goes from props to cameras to holders, TPUs. What else do I bring extra? I actually bring a light with me, and this is not necessarily for droning, but this is for me recording outside the drones. I'm gonna pack light, so I'm definitely gonna bring at least this amount of stuff because it's packed with drone stuff, so I'm not gonna bring my camera stuff with me. What else? Tie rips, super handy. Yeah. I have basically camera boards in here. I have different kind of props. On this journey, we're gonna try the journey props. Freestyle journey props. They really said that they will give a nice cinematic effect, so definitely gonna try these out. This is actually currently on, and I also have the iFlights 5040s, the standard ones, backup packages. As you can see, I bring everything I'm gonna need for flying. Did I show everything? There's a few small things, but let's get at the juicy part. Which drones I'm gonna bring with? First of all, not FPV, but I'm gonna bring it is the DJI Mini. Very nice. I kind of FPV branded it, so I bring it for the imagery because this camera still beats the. Will it? It does not necessarily beats the GoPro of the DJI Osmo, but this DJI cam has like a very nice stability, and obviously I can point the camera in the air, which an FPV camera can't. So basically for cinematic overflies, how are you gonna say it? When you're flying over, just very stable. This will actually do it, and pointing your camera down, which obviously in FPV can do a lot less. Of course, I got ND filters for it, obviously. On the controller, I have a nice, you saw it actually on the drone, I have a nice skin on it. I have a range extender and of course also a keychain to hang it. What else do we got? Bring SD cards, readers, or at least this is the slots where you put the small ones on because you obviously need them. Tools, so all my torque, whatever is in there. Got my 8mm wrench, extra battery straps, camera wipes, batteries for the DJI. And then for freestyle, we're gonna bring the Nazgul 5 and the Nazgul 5 HD. And for cinematic, we're gonna bring the Chandron Cinewhoop. Did I forget anything? Bring the laptop. And oh yeah, I'm gonna fit this. Sorry. I'm gonna fit this all in one bag. And I think I can do it because years of camera work now made me like pack like really efficient. So I know how to pack things. But I'm curious if this all will fit. Like I said, this is all the stuff I need. I'm gonna go to Poland. I'm not actually sure where I'm gonna fly and what images I'm gonna produce, but at least everything is still whole and working. So last night I did tune everything. I did all the pre-flight checks. I'm gonna take the props off and let's get packing. Zo. Ik weet niet of de camera nog loopt, zou ik zo nog even checken. Maar ik ben ingepakt. Hier heb ik 3 drones in zitten. Ik heb een DJI, heb ik mooi in DJI bag. En ik heb in de Why am I speaking Dutch? I'm gonna speak some English, man. Sorry guys, I just slipped up in Dutch. I just packed up all my stuff in these 3 bags. Here basically the 3 drones, the goggles, soldering, whatever not. I decided to not keep the isopropanol in the same bag where I put my lipos. I think that's quite smart, because if anything happened to the lipos and you have actually fuel next to it, it's not going to be very smart. So I'm going to keep this in a nice confined own spot. So I got the bag. The nice wheels on it so I can roll. I actually used it already in the forest. As you can see, it's a little bit nasty, but I don't care. Got a nice DJI bag, so nice and compact. And I have my FPV bag. On the side, the tripods. I have a nice, actually there's a whole suit over it, so I can basically cover it up for the rain. And it is already water resistant. I had this bag already for my camera. This exactly same manufacturer, great bag, only cost me like 10 euros. Super good, to recommend. And all my gear is inside, so my controllers and my camera gear. I think that's about it. So, packed, sacked. I'm gonna grab my clothes as well. I think it's maybe nice to bring some clothes. Besides that, this is gonna be my main luggage, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, bear with me.
Someone is watching me. I always feel like 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 someone is watching me.
Day and night, I toss and turn, I keep stressing my mind. I look for peace, but see I don't attain what I need for keeps this silly game we play. Now look at this, madness the magnet keeps attracting me. I try to run but see I'm not that fast. I think I'm first but surely finish last. Cause day and night, the lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night. He's all alone through the day and night. The lonely loner seems to free at night. At night.
Yo, what's up guys? I'm here at a nice abandoned building, but it's locked off. Second building I'm trying to visit, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fly some close proximity just nearby, some stones. Just gonna have some packs in, so here we go.
Rockin' with my daughter, I got in and out. I have to practice more proximity flying for sure. And I have to work on my strings. Gonna not break my drone and fly a little bit more, but I flew through the window.
Out in the street, they call it murder. Girl, I reggae music. Out in the street, they call it murder. Out in the street, they call it murder. Girl, I reggae music on ya. Hey. Keep me rocking with me daughter. Hey. Girl, I reggae music on ya. Hey. Keep me rocking with me daughter. Hey. Now just be nice and hold your space. I won't entertain no more disgrace. Out in the street, they call it murder. Girl, I reggae music. Out in the street, they call it murder. Out in the street, they call it murder.
Even though the tension's done, don't worry 'cause the night is young. Who cares where we go? We're ready for the afterglow. Someone hold the sunlight back, 'cause we want this night to last. Smoke and lasers, love and ravers afterglow. We're ready for the afterglow. Lights and action, stronger
Home and run.